You're such a pretty girl. Hey, you wanna say hi to the subscribers? Say hi. Oh, she's being a good girl. She's cooking so good. Say hi.
So Cleo got this lobster at PetSmart in Farmington or Petco, whatever it was, and she loves it. It's like a long-armed lobster. I just took her in there and whatever she smelled, I got, which was kind of aggravating because she smelled some biscuits that she doesn't even eat, and she likes like bones, and so the claw, each claw has a thing in it, and she'll like really get going with this, guys. If you throw it, she'll really start shaking, and I also recorded one time. Looks like the crab from Little Mermaid. What was his name? Cleo likes these. They're like little bones wrapped in things. There was also one other thing from PetSmart or Petco that she loved. They were like braided line. They weren't really pork skin. They were like some kind of other thing because apparently like the whatever is bad for them or whatever, but they make imitation ones that are close to it, but made with different ingredients. She likes this. Like bones like that. She ate one of these, but she didn't go after one again. She did like the milk ones I got, but she doesn't like the Save-A-Lot brand. She's very picky. I got her some of those. She doesn't really like them. So definitely the brand she's very particular of. Guys, I got some neem oil. This is good for like your skin. You can use it in your hair. It's kind of like similar to coconut oil. Has many uses, but you can also spray this on your plants to like naturally keep things away from it, and it's good for your plants. Here, let me like go ahead and zoom in. You guys can pause it and read it if you want to use it in your garden. Fun fact, the reason why I found out about this is I like to study ancient Egyptian culture and what they used. And the princess, I believe Sekhmet, used neem oil. It was more like a paste, not so much like oil like this, but she used it all over her skin and hair, and it kept away like diseases and stuff. It's a natural antibiotic, has vitamins, fatty acids. It's really good for your skin. You can add it to shampoo. You can add it to lotions, pet care products. You just put a little bit in there with some water. Dishwashing soap, like it's good for lots of different things, and I heard you can like spray it on plants to keep natural pests away. So I'm going to be trying this. I mainly wanted to try it for my skin, but since I heard it's good for plants too, I'm going to try with that. Next up, guys, I learned this tip through unfortunate struggles. I grew really beautiful heads of cabbage, and right before they were able to be cut out, they all got ate down by these like black mini caterpillars with yellow stripes on them. So what I suggest for that is some fabric that you cover over your plants just to prevent them from falling from trees or from birds or getting their way into your plant. So ones you really want to keep things out of. I don't spray my stuff with chemicals, but I did have a problem last year with bugs eating down my cabbages, and I'm sure they're gonna come after my lettuce if I grow it. So this is just like a thin that you just put over to kind of keep pests off of it.
Can you show the people your new collar? No? Come here. Let me see your collar. Look up. Yes, good girl. Sit. No, not shake. Hello. Nice to meet you. Let me see your collar. So I got this new color at PetSmart. So we got it. There's Feisty sleeping in her bed in the sun. And then I think Sweets is somewhere in there. Yellow she is. Where's Sweets? I don't know if you... She's out like a light. Sleepy little parents. Hi, Feisty. Hello. He's sleeping in the sun. Now be nice. Be nice, Cleo. Be sleeping. Hey, hey.
Hey everyone, it's Mystic here. Just want to let you know I got my seeds germinating for summer. So we got peas, corns, carrots, tomatoes, 2 types of tomatoes, rainbow and beefsteak. We got some lettuce. We got some I think it's called san rizo. Hold on, let's look, guys. I left them in the window here so they germinate. Let's take a look here. So in this pan, I got green beans, peas, and corn germinating. So how I do that, I'm going to show you step by step in a minute. This one, I got some beefsteak tomatoes and little finger carrots. I have some written down in marker so I don't forget in case I mix up the bags. This one, I got cucumbers and lettuce. Some things this year. I got, this is the San Marzano or Marzano, I don't know how you say it, but they said these tomatoes are super flavorful in sauces and stuff, and for some reason, the way my belly is, I have GERD. I can't eat like pre-packaged tomato sauce that you find at the grocery store. It always makes me sick, but for some reason when I eat them out of a garden, it doesn't do it. If you guys know any tests out there that, like maybe an allergy test that tests to see if you're allergic to certain preservatives, let me know, because for some reason when I eat them in my garden, I don't have as bad as a trouble with my stomach as I do with things like sauces you find on the shelf in the store. If you guys have any tips and tricks or anything to let me know, if you suffer from the same thing, let me know what helps you. Right now, I'm taking a digestive enzyme. This has helped me a lot. It's got, prebiotics and probiotics that are supposed to help support digestion and aids immune function. It's a 10-strain probiotic blend. Here's the back real quick. You can pause this video and see what's all in it. Main things in here are papaya fruit, apple pectin, which is like an apple preservative, I believe, ginger root, fennel seed, turmeric root, and peppermint leaf.
Bladderwhack extract, wakame, nori.
I'm taking this. This is the medicine I told you guys about at the Mother Earth store. It's called Respiration Blend SP3.
Solaray, this is the brand that I use. Has sulfurion and pleurisy. I'm not sure how you say it.
But here's the, suggestions on the back. You can pause it, check what's all in it, pause the video. Let's see, I only paid $10.69 for this bottle. I thought it was more than that. We get 100 veggie capsules. So you can take up to 3, I believe, or was it 2? Yeah, 2 capsules. But I only take 1 at night. Because whenever I'm going to bed, that's whenever it seems to be harder for me to breathe when I'm laying down. I wear like a breathing machine at night. But this really does help, guys. If you have like allergies and stuff like that, I think this is helping. I also take Mucinex, which I take this daily. This helps a lot, especially if you have really bad allergies and you have constant stuff like upper respiratory infections.
Here in Missouri, half the weather's really cold and the other half of the year is really hot, so it messes with your allergies. I also get like a nasal decongestion or like cold and flu. If I'm starting to feel bad, it usually ends up making me feel better.
Lastly, guys, I got this organic peppermint. This is an edible grade that I found online. I added it to my water. It was helping my stomach, and then I started having problems right when my medicine was switched for heartburn, and she recommended not to use peppermint because sometimes peppermint can make your stomach hurt. So I didn't really use it that much. I like to put this in tea. I like to put it in water. I like to, if you can stand it, just take a drop or 2. It's really strong, but I like peppermint. If you like the taste of peppermint, this is like a good alternative. It
Kind of helps you burp. I think it helps with like bloating, indigestion, that sort of thing. But if you have heartburn, this may trigger it. Another big thing that triggers me is, like I said, tomatoes in a can you find at the store, or chocolate, fried foods, anything like that. Like, ends up making me very sick. And comment down below, is that a sign of diabetes? I've been tested and they say I have borderline, but you know, that's not qualifies me for medicine. I was on metformin once, and I was really, really sick when I was on that, guys. I could not do nothing. It made me very ill, and I think I was allergic to it, really. But those are all my seeds for this year's garden so far. I'm going to be adding more. So what I do to germinate these, and here's my box that I keep all my stuff in, like my tools and my seeds. You take what seeds you're going to use. I'm going to try the sunflower ones. Okay, so we just get how to germinate, guys. So all we do is grab a paper towel and we turn the sink on. We get it wet. I suggest using like lukewarm water. You take your wet paper towel. This. And then you take your seeds and you just put a few on there. Kind of space them apart. You know, do as many plants as you like are gonna do, but like, let's say if you wanted to have 4 sunflowers, okay, maybe do like 2 extra in case, you know, not all seeds may germinate. Some of them may be like duds or whatever, but go ahead and like kind of space them apart. The only reason why I do this is because when the sprout starts to come out, they can get tangled in other ones. And when you handle them, you have to be very gentle. You don't want to damage the root or the sprout. And you want to put the sprout side down into the soil. So I just cover it with the paper towel. This is going to ensure that it stays moist. And the sun is going to it's going to be like a greenhouse. Kind of how a greenhouse works, guys. You seal it up. And you see how that moisture kind of stays in there. That's what you want to see, is you want to see like little droplets on the inside of your bowl. You want to put it somewhere in a warm place. Now you need to kind of watch, because some seeds you may want to do in the dark. This worked for me last year. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's how I germinate all these seeds, and fill it up with dirt and put it sprout side down until you start to see something sprout out of the soil. That's when you can put it into a bigger pot and grow it and leave it. I would recommend putting it in a bigger pot after it sprouts. I wouldn't recommend putting it bigger and bigger and bigger. One, it's going to cost more money to get. It's going to be a lot of time and effort. You might as well just do it the one way like that, and then move it to a big planter and let it fully grow until harvest. That way you're also not disrupting the roots and the soil. I also recommend using like a Miracle Grow fertilizer that you can add to water. They look like little blue crystals. It just gives the plant some extra nutrients that it may be missing throughout the year. If it gets too hot, gets a little cold, abnormal weather, it just gives it a boost to grow. So next up, guys, what I recommend you to do, no matter what, if you use a Sharpie and write down on the containers what you have, the moisture and sunlight can dim it, which can lead to confusing plants and putting them in the wrong planters. So what I recommend is you write them down on a piece of paper. I just use a notebook. You can use really anything, but you need to like keep track of what's all together. That way you can kind of, if it does get rinsed off the box, or if you end up somehow mixing something up, you kind of can keep track of what you have. This is like what I wanted to grow. As you can see, I wanted to do sunflower. We did sunflowers today. I might be doing lavender, chamomile, euthanasia, basil, dill, and catnip are my last ones I'm going to be doing. But so far, this is my list. I have Heirloom Rainbow Tomatoes, San Marzano tomatoes, lettuce, pale green cucumber, little finger baby carrots, beefsteak tomatoes, sweet corn, peas, green beans, and we did sunflower today. So just make sure you're keeping track since I went ahead and did sunflowers today. I'm going to go ahead and put a check mark next to that I did that. See how this is in black and this is in blue. And, you know, just using different colors can kind of help you keep track of what you've already done, what you need to do, and so forth. Another note that could possibly help you guys, it's not always 100% in these things, just it's a good guide though. If you find this, it's usually at the checkout of a grocery store. Most grocery stores, even Walmart, they'll have something called the Farmer's Almanac. Make sure you get, you know, the right year and all that. But what I find most helpful in these books is we live in Missouri, okay? So we're more down this way. So it'll kind of tell us what region we're in, what you can look up, you know, so region 7, what it says. And it'll kind of tell you about like around what time would be best for you to plant your garden, when the last freeze and frost is, best time to plant other things, and so forth and so forth. This also has a lot of useful tips and stuff. It also has like stuff like where you can buy fertilizer, you can buy tillers and stuff like that. It gives you a lot of information that is useful, especially if you're just starting out, or just need a little, I mean, it talks about a lot of stuff in here. How to control algae, what's new, gardening tools, different manures you can use, the 3 worst bad bugs you can get, different jarring techniques, different gardening techniques. People garden in potting soil, people garden in just mulch, people garden in only water, hydroponic. There's like so many different ways you can have a garden, depending on how much land you have, how much space you have, what's accessible to you. You can buy seeds through here, how to store everything correctly. Just tips and tricks that it will be helpful for you if you are just starting out on a garden or you've never gardened before. Different, lunar cycles and stuff that could affect. Like, you may have a really good year in tomatoes or something, and you might want to write down, like, what was different about this year versus 5 years from now. The moon cycles might have been different, and that might have affected the color, the growth, the taste, the everything about your crop. So, just a fun tip. I found this helpful for me. So, yeah. Some other honorable mentions. The new Pioneer magazine. This usually has a lot of good information and lots of different things you can buy to help, or different tips that different farmers use. Also, the Backyard Homestead. I like this because if you only have particular, let's say you have only an acre of land and you want to grow the most crop you can per land. This is going to show you how to do it. It shows you different tips and tricks, how to have vines, like how to build your own climber for different vines, different ways to set things up for the max amount of space that you can do. It tells you different ways to make vinegars and herbs to make vinegars, infusals, how to preserve herbs. It gives you a lot of information, how to make breads, pasta, brews, types of chickens you can do, because I definitely want to get some chickens later on, and maybe a cow. Just depends, different ones and what they're good for. Basically how to make yourself very self-sufficient without having to go to the store and buy things. Different ways to do things that could save you money. I found this book to be very helpful, so yeah, check it out.
Come here, Cleo. Hey, sweet girl. Hey, sweet girl. Look at this nose. He's so cute. Such a cutie. Oh.
Here's my little box here. I got this at like the Humane Society. I think I paid like, I don't know, $4 for it. I liked it because it had a lock. And I keep all my seeds in here. Here's the peas I had put in germination, the corn I put. I mean, I have tons of seeds in here, guys. Like literally almost everything you think of, vegetable and flower-wise, herb-wise. I didn't get many fruits. That was one thing I really wanted to try to do this year, is grow some fruits. I think the main thing I want to do is gooseberries. So basically, this shelf comes out like a tool shelf. There's more seeds down under here. So I'm gonna pick one, guys, that I haven't done. I really wanted to do lavender, and I really still want to do sunflower, so I can make sunflower seeds. Lavender, I love the smell of. I would just use it in, like, you know, things like for skin and hair, because I like the aromatherapy from it. I heard this is really good for like herbal teas. It's good for you. It's a purple cornflower. So yeah, it tells you a little bit of each thing about like when to grow it and all this back here, some information. I ended up buying a big pack of seeds because I just like gardening. Most of all my tools that I use, like shovels and weeders or whatever, is in the garage. I was going to put it in here, but right now I'm in germination. So I don't even have it, like the seedlings had to turn to sprouts, in which I have something for that. So this is what I have here. They're like seed starters. They're like little containers with dirt in them. So after the germination process, so basically what you do is you take a wet paper towel, you put some seeds in it, spaced apart, and you'll start to see a little root come out, okay? Once that happens, you place them in a little, you know, dirt cell like this. They're just like little cubbies. You can use an old egg box and just put some dirt in it. You can really use anything. I just did this because I didn't want to make a mess in the kitchen. They were only $4 at Dollar General. So what I do here is once they sprout in germination, I put them in here until they grow a little bit more. Like you'll start to see like leaves or like a long sprout. That's when I take it out to a bigger container and I plant them. So what I went ahead. So this is my container outside that I plant my peppers in. As you can see, they are, you know, that was from winter and all that. I'm going to be using some of my dad's old boots as some planters for other things because he liked peppers. So I got some planters over here I'm going to fill up with dirt. You know, tomatoes and cucumbers and the carrots, I'm probably going to put in those. So yeah. So when I gather my vegetables and stuff, guys, I just use a basket. It's easier to carry them in instead of like your shirt. I can carry more at one time. Hi, Cleo. Hi, you excited to be outside, honey? Hi, Jasper. You want to come outside? You want to come outside with Mama? No? Okay. Hi, Cleo. You want to show them what else we use to plant? What else we use to plant? Come on. Use is, as you see over there, there's an old wood table that's raised up. That's where I get the water out of the well, and I use like containers, like storage tubs or old planter pots to put potting soil in, and they just do a little bit better because this ground's a little bit rocky and rough. I don't have a tiller, I got an old, like, topsy-turvy planter right there, which was actually real easy to hang up. And it worked. Look how big that woodpecker is. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how I take my seeds and germinate them. I germinate them in here until the sprout comes out, and then I put them in a little dirt to watch them sprout a little bit. So let's get started. So first off, this is the sunflower, green beans, peas, and corn. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one up if I can with one hand. Okay, this is like a damp paper towel. Look at all my sprouts! Yay! Look at them. They sprout beautifully. Oh wow! All of them. Here's the seed sprouting out of the seed, and you want to put the seed side down. Just cover it up with dirt, and it'll work its way up. This one's sticking out a little bit, but that's fine. So see, here's another seed with a sprout. And we want to don't pull apart at all, because they kind of go into the paper towel and thread. So seed side down, and then you just want to cover it up. Once again, take your sprout. These are the sunflowers on top, guys. Okay, take your seed and put the seed side down. The sprout is on the upper part. These are sunflower seeds, so this one's got a nice little... Why won't it focus? Okay, so now we take this one, seed side down, and cover it up. Now we're going to repeat this until I'm done with the sunflowers. Did all of that. So the whole right side is sunflowers here, except for that is unused. So 2 of those for sunflowers. This one and this one. Next, we're gonna go to our green beans. And they sprouted beautifully as well. Look at that. Beautiful. I got a lot of green beans because I love green beans. So what we're gonna do, like I said, is we're gonna take the bean and we're gonna put the bean side down and let the sprout go up. You want to be really gentle with them because they are very delicate at this stage. They can break easily, and you don't want to damage the roots or the sprout. Okay guys, so I got them all planted. So here's peas, second row's corn, third row's 2 types of tomatoes, rainbow and sans chorizo, green beans, sunflowers. I might have overdid it on the sunflowers, but I really wanted to surround the border of my property with them because I really like them. You can collect sunflower seeds. So yeah, so all we do now after we have them plant with seed side down, sprout to work their way up out of this soil, is you want to water it, get it damp, and then set it in a warm place for them to just start growing. I'm gonna need to get a couple more of these. Obviously I underestimated how many I needed. I still have 2 here that I need to germinate, or 2 I need to plant. And that's pale green cucumbers, carrots, beefsteak tomato, and lettuce. Alright guys, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you want to see more of my gardening vlogs. Thanks.